Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So in the kettlebell swing, just like almost every functional movement that we use, it's all about leverage, body position, getting posture, the squat, the push-up, and the jump, and creating variations of these movements. And then once we have that in place, it's all about timing. So the easiest thing to see is if we take a baseball swing or a softball swing or a golf swing, you can see that it's not about swinging the arms. So if I swing the arms and then the hips, clearly timing is off. If I only swing the arms, there's no power. But if I get the hips involved and I swing the hips and then the arms, I get a whip. I generate the power at the hip, and then the arms come along right with it, and I get a nice big pop. So this happens in everything. If we're throwing, if we're hitting, if we're kicking, doesn't matter. We're creating this body position of a whip to create power. So kettlebell swing is no different. So one of the biggest mistakes we see people make in the kettlebell is their brain takes over, in the kettlebell swing, is their brain takes over and it's telling them that they need to pick the kettlebell up with their arms. So I think this is one of the reasons why the Russian kettlebell swing people don't like the American kettlebell swing people. And it's mainly because a lot of the American kettlebell swing people have prioritized getting the kettlebell up, so they never learn the foundations and the fundamentals of a kettlebell swing. And it's using your legs and hips to drive. That way we get that skill transfer over to the jump also. So what does this look like? If I'm doing a kettlebell swing, I want to get that 45-degree jumping position here, and I want to drive with the hip hard and have that be the power that moves the kettlebell up. If I'm doing an American swing, it'd be the same thing. The only reason I'm not doing it is I don't want to run into the ceiling now. But what we're doing is really getting that big hip drive, and then that drives the kettlebell up. So the mistake we see so commonly is people move it with their arms, and it looks something like this. And it's mainly because their brain is telling them to move the kettlebell, so by the time their hip is doing work, the kettlebell's already way out here. So what we typically see is people whose Russian swings or kettlebell swings go way out in front of them are usually the people who have moved it, and by the time they're jumping, it sends the momentum that way. So just like a clean or a snatch, the ultimate goal is to make the kettlebell go up. So we need that momentum and we need the leverage to make the kettlebell go up. So we need to get behind it a little bit, and then that will drive it up. And if we come out early, it's going to send it out on us this way. So what we're looking for is keeping that kettlebell close, making sure it's our hips driving the kettlebell up. So the thing that that helps me the most teach beginners with the kettlebell swing is just having them really think about their forearms close to their wrist against their legs, and they're not trying to do kettlebell swings. They're trying just to do their jumping pattern and throw their forearms off of their hips with their hip, and getting them to do that. So as you're warming up, next time you're doing kettlebell swings, as you're warming up, forget about American swings. Forget about Russian swings. Just work on getting into this start position and keeping the kettlebell here to drive it, and just get it and get the timing and just get it kind of popping up right there, and then move it into Russian and then move it into the American swings. So one more time, you want to get as much leverage as possible, meaning the kettlebell needs to be as close to us as possible when our hips explode. That way everything goes into that kettlebell, as opposed to us using our arms. All right, I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.